Everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about merge sort. This is also one of the sorting algorithm. Now we would understand how merge sort works on unsorted array. So let us assume one unsorted array is given to us and we want to apply merge sort on this. So what merge sort says, you divide this unsorted array in such a way so that you can get the two sorted subarrays. So let me explain this. Let's suppose the name of the array is A and starting index is 1 and last index value is what, 8. So let me write this is I is pointing to the starting index and j is pointing to the last index. So now first we need to find the mid value so that we can divide into two parts. So let me calculate mid value. So mid is nothing but I plus j divided by 2 and you can take the floor value. So if you calculate mid, so it is going to be 1 plus 8 divided by 2 and take the floor value. So it is going to be 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, so take floor value, so it is 4. So means what, you have divided this problem into two parts. So one part contains element from 1 to 4 and another parts contain element from 5 to 8. So if you see 1 to 4, what are the elements? 1 to 4 50, then 25, then 40, then 70, then this side 5, 15, 90 and 13. So this side we are having this one array and this side we are having another array. So see this, if you see this array is still unsorted array and this array is still unsorted array. So now again we are going to divide this array into two parts. So let us divide this into two parts. How we can divide? So starting index is this time 1 and last index is j. If you calculate mid, so in this case mid is going to be I plus j. So 1 plus 4 divided by 2 and you can take the floor value. So this is nothing but 5 divided by 2 5 divided by 2 and you can take the floor value. So it is going to be 2. So this side now it is going to be a of 1 to 2 and this side it is a2 3 comma 4. Now if you divide this into two parts, because this is also unsorted array, this is not actually sorted, so that is the reason we are again dividing this. So if you divide this, it is going to be a of 5 to 6 and this is going to be divided from 7 to 8. Now see this part contains what elements? It contains 50 comma 25 and it contains 40 comma 70. Now so this part contains 5 comma 15 and this part contains 90 comma 13. Correct? Now if you see this part, this is not sorted array, and this is, see, we are not able to say whether this is sorted or not, because whenever there are more than one elements, we cannot without comparison we cannot say whether it is sorted or not. So still it is, we can assume it still is, it is not sorted. So this is also, we can see this is not sorted. So now when we can say this array is sorted, if array contains only one element, then we can say this array is sorted. One element is always sorted. So let us again divide into two parts. So let me divide this into two parts. So it is going to be, if you calculate mid, so 1 plus 2 divided by 2 and take the floor value. So it is nothing but 3 divided by 2. So it is 1.5, and if you take mid, so it is going to be, if you take floor, so it is going to be 1. So it is nothing but 1 comma 1, and so this part is nothing but a comma 2 comma 2. So this is nothing but a comma 3 comma 3. If you calculate mid for this, so it will be divided into two parts, 4 comma 4. So this is nothing but a comma 5 comma 5, and this is nothing but 6 comma 6. Now let us calculate the mid also in this. So 7 plus 8 divided by 2 and take the floor value. So 7 plus 8 is 15 divided by 2. So 15 divided by 2, 7.5, and if you take floor value, so it is going to be 7. So means one array would be from 7 to 7 and another array would be from 8 to 8. So now 1 comma 1 contains 50. Now this 2 comma 2 contains 25. Now it contains what? 40. It contains 70. Now it contains 5. Now it contains 15. Now it contains what? 90, and it contains 13. If you see now this is one sorted array, and this is one of the sorted array. So because if array contains one element, that array is always sorted array, correct? So this is 70, this is also one of the array, this is also one of the array. So these are the, if you see how many sorted subarrays we are having, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we are having 8 sorted subarrays. Now what to do? Now we have to merge these two sorted arrays in such a way so that we can get the one sorted array. See, let me explain this. Let's suppose we are having this this is sorted array, sorted subarray, and this is also one sorted subarray. So now if we can merge these two, in such a way so that we can get the sorted array, so no, our task is to be completed. Means what I mean, first we need to understand what is the how we can merge these two sorted subarray. So first we need to understand what is merge procedure. So let us talk about the merge procedure, then we will discuss how we can merge this array. So let me explain the merge procedure. So what is merge procedure? Merge procedure. So in the merge procedure, what is the input? Input is nothing but the two sorted subarray. Two sorted subarray it requires. Then only you can merge. Two sorted subarray it requires. Then only you can merge. So let us assume. Let me talk about the first case. Let's suppose 1. So our array contains how many elements? Array contains 8 elements. Now in this array, let me store some elements. So let's say this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, and this is 40. Let me store 11, 21, 31, and 41. So see. So this array is not actually sorted array, but if you see, this array is sorted, this is one of the sorted array, and this is also one of the sorted array. Means what? We are having two sorted subarrays. Now we must understand how we can merge these two sorted subarrays in one common array. So let's suppose this is sorted array. So this is sorted array, and this is another sorted array. Sorted array. Now how many elements it contains? It contains 4 elements. It also contains 4 elements. So this also contains 4 elements. So how to merge these two sorted subarrays? So see, let's suppose this is pointing I is the index which is pointing to the index number 1, and let's say this is the mid. Let's suppose this variable is mid, and let us assume this is k variable, and let's say this is last index is j. So this is, now we need to merge these two sorted array in one array of size 8. So let us take the first one array of size 8. So let us assume this is array of size 8. So the name of the array is B. Now we need to copy all the elements from these two sorted subarrays to this common array B. So 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8. So let's suppose P is a pointer which is pointing to the index number 1. Now see what we will do. So we will compare the first element of the first array with the first element of the second array. So means what we are trying to do in this case, we are trying to find the minimum of these two elements. So means we are comparing 10 and 11. So whichever is minimum we will copy here. So let us understand. So minimum of 10 comma 11. 10 comma 11. So which one is minimum? So what is the minimum in this case? Minimum is 10. Correct. So we will copy 10 in this array. Correct. In B array. So now we will start pointing to the next array, because next element will be copied into the next location. So P is pointing to the next location. Correct. Now we have already copied 10. So now we are going to compare with the next element, which is 20. So now I is pointing to the next element. Now again we are going to find minimum of 20 comma 11. So let's see, minimum of 20 comma 11. So what is the minimum in this case? Minimum is 11. So means this time we are copying this 11. So 11 will be copied here. Correct? Now 11 is already copied. So we will increment the value of k. So now k is pointing to this second location. So this is now incremented. Now, so because we have already copied 11, so p will start pointing to the next location because we want to copy next two elements at location 3. So p is pointing to the next location. Now what we will do, because I is pointing to the second location and k is also pointing to the second location. So again we are going to find the minimum of these two. So minimum of what? 20 comma 21. 20 comma 21. Which one is minimum? Minimum is 20. So minimum is 20 means what? We will copy 20 here in this array. Correct? Then we copied 20. So let us increment the value of I. So I will start pointing to the next location, which is 3. So I is pointing to this location. Correct? Now then we have already copied 20 here. So p will start pointing to the next location because we are going to copy next element at fourth location. So now I is pointing to the location 3 and k is pointing to the location 6. So means what? We are going to compare these two elements. So minimum of 30 and 21. 30 and 21. So what is the minimum in this case? 21. So now 21 is the minimum. So we are going to copy 21 at this location. Correct? So simply because we have already copied 21, so you can increment the value of k. Now k is pointing to this location. K is pointing to the next location, which is 7. Now we can increment simply p because next element will be copied at the next location. So p is pointing to the location 5. Now what we will do? Now I is pointing to 3 location and k is pointing to the next location, which is 7. So now we are going to compare these two elements. Whichever is minimum, that will be you can copy here. So minimum of 30 comma 31. So which one is minimum? So 30 is minimum. So let us copy 30 at location 5. Correct? So now we have already copied 30. So I will be incremented and I will start pointing to the next location, which is which is location 4. So now we have already copied 30 here. So p will start pointing to the next location. So let us increment p. So p is pointing to the next location, which is 6. Now so again we are going to find the minimum of. So now p is I is pointing to the location 4, so which is nothing but 40, and currently k is pointing to 31, so 31. Which one is minimum out of these two? So 31 is minimum. So 31 will be copied here. So I have copied 31 here. Now 31 I have copied here. So now let us increment the value of k. So k will start pointing to the next location, which is 8, index number 8. Now we have already copied 31, so let us increment the value of p. So p is pointing to the index number 7. Now again you are going to compare 40 and 41. So minimum of 40 and 41. Which one is minimum? Obviously 40 is minimum. So we will copy 40. So 40 will be copied. Now I is I is pointing to the fourth location. So we have already copied. So I will be incremented. Now I will become 5. Correct? I will become 5 because you have already copied. So you are going to increment I. Now I is already incremented, so I will become 5. Now so it means what? See, so in this case, if I equal to 5 means I already crossed the first array limit. So if I is already crossed the first array limit, it means what? This first array is already copied in this array. It means that array is already sorted array, so you can simply copy the elements from the second array. So you don't need to make any other comparison. So you can simply copy 41 here, because that element is the already sorted element. So 41 will be copied as it is. If you see now, so now we have merged these two sorted subarrays in one common array, which is B. Now if you will see, this is the sorted array. So 10, 11, 20, 21, 30, 31, 40, 41. This array is sorted array. So this is how we can merge these, this is how we can merge two sorted subarrays. So now how many comparisons we have taken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total we have made 7 comparisons. Now this is what the worst case of merge sort. Worst case of merge procedure. Merge procedure means in worst case we have taken 7 comparisons. So let me generalize this. Let's suppose let us assume m is the elements of this sorted subarray, and n is the number of elements which is available in the second sorted subarray. Then how many comparisons we will do in worst case? Previously, this array contains 4 elements, this array contains 4 elements. Then we have how many comparisons we have done? 7 comparisons. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 8 minus 1, so 7 comparisons in this case. So if array contains, this array contains m number of elements and this array contains n number of elements, then how many comparisons we will do in worst case? So it is going to be m plus n minus 1. See, this is very, very important. You need to remember this. In worst case, it will take m plus n minus 1 number of comparisons. In worst case, merge procedure will take m plus n minus 1 number of comparisons. This is very, very important. Correct? Now let me ask you, let's suppose this array contains n by 2 elements. This array contains n by 2 elements and this array also contains n by 2 elements. Correct? In worst case, how many comparisons I will do? In worst case, we are going to make how many comparisons? So n by 2 plus n by 2 plus n by 2 minus 1. So this is what the worst case comparisons. Correct? So if you simplify, so it is going to be n minus 1. So these many number of comparisons we will make in worst case. If size of the array is n by 2 and n by 2. If size of the array is what? M plus m comma, so if first array contains m number of elements and second array contains n number of elements, so we will require m plus n minus 1 number of comparisons. If array contains 4 elements and the second array also contains 4 elements, it will we need how many number of comparisons? We need only 4 plus 4 minus 1, so which is 7. So we have already seen 7 number of comparisons in worst case. So this is what the worst case of merge procedure. Now let me discuss about the best case of merge procedure. Let's suppose we are having one array. So this is, I is the starting index and j is the last index, and let's say this is 60, 70, 80, 90. So this is one of the array, and next array is, let's say, 15, 25, let's say this is 30, and this is 50. Correct? If you see, this array is already sorted array and this array is already sorted array. It means what? If input is 2 sorted subarray, then we can perform merge. We can perform the merge procedure. So how to perform merge procedure? So let's say this is the mid. So this variable is what? Mid. So how I'm writing mid? So I'm simply calculating the first mid. Now mid, how to calculate mid? For this problem, 1 plus 8 is what? 1 plus 8 divided by 2, then take the floor value. So if you calculate, this is 9 by divided by 2 and it is going to be 4.5. You can take floor. So mid is what? 4. So that is how I am calculating. The next array will start from mid plus 1. So let me store that value into the k variable. Correct? Now, so now this is one of the sorted array. This is also one of the sorted array. Now I'm discussing, this is the best case of merge sort. This is the best case. So what is the meaning of best case? Means in best case, how many comparisons we will need? Let us see. So let's suppose this is the array. This is the array in which we need to merge these elements. Total 8 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So name of the array is, let's say, B, and P is the pointer which is pointing to the index number 1. So what we will do? So simply we will compare. We will find the minimum of first element of the first array and first element of the second array. So which is minimum of 60, 15. Now which one is minimum? Minimum is what? Minimum is 15. So we will copy 15 in this array. Now, so we will simply increment the value of k. So now k is pointing to the second location, means index number 6. Now then again we are going to find what? Minimum of, let me write, minimum of 60, 25. So which one is minimum? Again 25 is the minimum. So we will copy 25 here, correct? And we have already incremented p. So p is pointing here. Now, so we have already copied 25. So let us increment the p value. So p will start pointing to the next location because we are going to store next value in this location. So see, now we have already copied 25. So we are going to make the comparison with this element. So k will be incremented. Now k is pointing to the index number 7. Then again we are going to find now I and k. So minimum of a of I. A of I means what? 60, and a of k means what? 30. So this is what the number of comparison. So which one is minimum? This is what? 30. Again 30 is minimum. So 30 will be copied here. So you have already made the comparison. So k will be incremented. K is going to be, k will start pointing to the index number 8. Now, so we have already copied 30. So p will start pointing to the next location. So p is pointing to this location 4. Now, then again we are going to compare which we are going to find minimum of 60, 50. 60, 50. So it is going to be what? 50. So 50 will be copied in this location, correct? Now, so again you are going to increment. Now, so you have already copied this, so k will be incremented. Now k value will become 9, correct? K value will become 9. So see, if k value has become 9, it means what? Means we have already copied the contents of this second array into the first array. That is the reason k has incremented. Now k is out of reach. K is out of this array. So what is the meaning? We have already copied the content of this array, and these two arrays sorted array. So it means what? You can simply copy all the contents of this array into this array. So let me copy all the contents from this array. So 60, you don't need to make comparisons. Simply you can copy 60, 70, 80 and 19. And if you see, this array is sorted array. This array is sorted array, correct? Now, so this is what the how many comparisons we have made in this case? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only we have done 4 comparisons. This is what the base case. What is the meaning? Let's suppose number of elements in this array is m. Number of elements are in this array is m, and number of elements in this array is, let's say, n. So let's suppose previously it contains 4 elements. This also contains 4 elements. So what is the answer? How many comparison in base case? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is the answer. In base case, one array is the 1/2 is the answer. In base case, 1/2 is the answer. So if array contains m elements and second array contains n elements, what is the answer? So it could be either this part or this part. So let me write order of either m or n. So this is what the answer, correct? Means in this case we have done how many comparisons? 4. So either this part or this part. Now let me generalize this. Let's say it contains ny2 elements. This also contains ny2 elements. Now what is the number of comparisons we will make in base case? So base case will take either this part or this part. So n/2 comparisons, correct? Yes. Now, so this is what this is about merge procedure in best case. And so in worst case it takes how many comparisons? In worst case it takes order of m plus n minus 1, and in best case it takes order of either m or n. So this is what the number of comparisons. So let us write the merge procedure. Whatever we are doing, we will write in the form of merge procedure. So let me write the algorithm. So let's suppose we are writing merge procedure. Otherwise, let me write from here. Merge procedure. What is the input? Input is sorted two unsorted array. Now, so index is what? I2 mid 1. This is one array, one sorted array. Another sorted array is what? Mid plus 1 to j. This is another sorted another sorted subarray. So this is what the input. Now then what we are doing? So let me store this mid plus 1 into k variable. So let us store mid plus 1 into variable k. Now, so what we have to do, we have to run a loop. Let me write this. So while I less than equal to, otherwise you can say yes, I less than equal to that is k, sorry, mid, let me write this, and then k less than equal to what, j. If this condition is true, then what you can do, if this condition is true, then we can simply make the comparisons. Means what, let me explain this. Let's suppose we are having this array. So this is one of the sorted array. So I is pointing here and k is pointing here, and this is what, mid, and k is pointing to this location and j is pointing to this location. So if this is the situation, then we can we can make the comparison. We are making comparisons with the first element of the first array and first element of the second array. So if a of I less than a of k, if this condition is true, it means what, we will copy this element into the this array. So what you will do, if this is the condition true, then let us the name of this array is, let's say, b. So b of p is pointer which is pointing to this location. So now you can assign a of I. So a of I will be copied in this array, correct? Then what you will do, you will simply increment the value of I, so I plus plus, and you are going to increment the value of p also, p plus plus, correct? If this condition is true, let's suppose this condition is not true, means what could be the possibility, this is 60 and this is, let's say, 15. Now this condition is not true because you are comparing these two elements, and this so what we will do, you will copy this second array element content into the first this array. So you are going to copy the first element of the second array into this array. So else what you will do, so bp of a of k, then simply a of k, and k will be incremented k plus plus, then you can increment p plus plus. So this is what the loop. Okay, see, once this array, see, let's suppose all the elements from this array is copied, means what, I will be I will reach out of this mid. So it means what, all the elements are copied from this array. So this loop will be, no, you cannot run this while loop. Maybe this could be the also possibility, k will become out of this loop. So k will be out of this j. So then again it is going to be false. Means when k will become out of this loop, once all the contents from this array, it will be copied in this array, then it will be out of this loop. So now in both the conditions, no, if one of the condition will be false, then this condition will be false, correct? Now let me write the remaining code. So remaining code is what? So if this is the situation, so let's suppose while, let me write, let's say I less than mid. I less than mid means what? Otherwise you can say let's say k greater than j. What is the meaning of this? Means we have already copied all the contents, from this sorted subarray. So now so if some contents are remaining from this array, so you can simply copy. So what is the meaning? So b of p equal to a of I and I plus plus or p plus plus, or you can say while if I I greater than mid. What is the meaning? The meaning is you have already copied all the content from this sorted subarray, and some of the contents may be remaining from this array. So you can simply copy all the contents into this array. So it is going to be what? B of p equal to a of this is what, a of k, k plus plus, this is what, p plus plus, and this is the code. So this is what the merge procedure code. Let me write the merge sort. Merge sort is very simple. So let me explain merge sort. So you are applying merge sort on an unsorted array. I is the starting index, j is the last index, correct? Now then what you are seeing, so let's say if array contains only one element, so you don't need to sort that elements because that element is already sorted element. So we need to check that condition also. If I equal to j, What is the meaning? So you can simply return array contains only one element. That is the reason you are writing this condition. If array contains only one element, what you can do, you can simply return a of I. A of I means that element is already sorted. One element is always sorted, correct? So you are simply returning a of I. Else means what? Array contains more than one element. Then what you will do, you will divide this array into two parts. So first we are going to calculate mid. Int, let me write int equal to int mid equal to I plus j divided by 2, correct? So first we are going to calculate mid, then let us calculate mid. We have already calculated mid. Then what we can do, we can apply merge sort on the left hand side and we can apply merge sort on the right hand side. So let me write merge sort a of I comma mid, this is what left side. Now apply merge sort on right hand side. Merge sort a mid plus 1 comma j. So this is what right hand side. So you have to keep dividing. You have to keep on dividing the array until you get two sorted subarrays. Once you get two sorted subarrays, then you can perform the merge procedure. So let us call the merge procedure. So merge procedure is what? Merge procedure A. Now what would be the input for merge procedure? First sorted subarray. So I comma mid, then it is going to be mid plus 1 comma j. This would be the input. Then you can return sorted array. So A is the sorted array after merge procedure. So this is what else, this is what else. Okay, so this is about the merge sort algorithm. Now let me discuss about the time complexity also. Let me write the recurrence relation. So let's suppose, otherwise let me write recurrence relation here. So let's suppose this merge sort takes t of n time. The time taken to sort the unsorted array is t of n. T of n is the time taken to sort the n elements which is taken by the merge sort. Then if you see each and every statement, this statement is how much time this statement will take. So this is only one comparison statement. Comparison statement will take order of one time. Now this is what? One simple mid, like we are calculating mid, so it will take order of one time. Now so in this, if you see this statement, now if this statement is solving the n elements problem, then you have written, like you have assumed t of n time will be taken for this particular merge sort. But now see, you are applying merge sort on n by 2 elements. So if you are applying merge sort on n by 2 elements, it will take t of n by 2 time, correct? Now then second, this statement will also take t of n by 2 time. This statement is also taking t of n by 2, correct? T of n by 2. Then how much time this statement is taking? This is what merge procedure. If you see merge procedure, I am running loop from I to j, means maximum it can you can run this loop from I to j, means n number of times. You can run this loop maximum n number of times. So time complexity for merge procedure is what? Order of n. So order of n is the time complexity for merge procedure. So this is what the recurrence relation. So recurrence relation means what? So this is t of n by 2, this is also t of n by 2, so it will become 2t of n by 2, and merge procedure is taking how much time? Order of n. So let me add n. So constant, you can you can ignore the constant, because constant will not affect this recurrence relation. So this is what the recurrence relation for merge sort. So let me solve this recurrence relation. You can simply solve this recurrence relation. So what is the recurrence relation? So t of n equal to 2t of n by 2 plus n. So if you apply simply master theorem, so it will give you answer. So in master theorem we need to calculate only n raised to power log a base b. So what is a and b? So a is also 2, b is also 2. So it will become ultimately n. So this is also n, this is also n. Now if both are matching, then what we need to do? We need to simply multiply with log n. So it is going to be ultimately n log n. So time complexity of merge sort is what? N log n. N log n is the time complexity in waste case, worst case or average case. So this is what the time complexity. Let me write. So best case what? Best case time complexity is big omega of n log n, and in average case theta of n log n, and in worst case it is big O of n log n. So in every case it is n log n, correct? So this is just representation. This is best case and this is average case, and this is what? Worst case. Worst case means big O, average case means theta, and this is the big omega. Best case means big omega. So this is what the time complexity in every case for merge sort. So let me explain one more thing. Let us talk about this. Let me explain one numerical. Let's suppose we are having we are having 4 sorted subarray. So this is one of these sorted array. This is also one of the sorted array. This is also one of the sorted array. This is also one of the sorted array. And every sorted array. So this is sorted subarray. Let's say this is sorted subarray. This is sorted subarray. This is sorted subarray. This is also sorted subarray. Now every array contains, let's say, 8 elements. Every element contains 8 elements. Now what they are asking, if you merge all the if you merge all the sorted array to sorted subarray, then what would be the maximum number of comparisons in worst case? So what would be the maximum number of comparisons they are asking? So what is the meaning? See, in worst case we know how many comparisons it will take. M plus n minus 1 comparisons it will take in worst case, correct? So see, what is the meaning? Now if you merge these two sorted subarray, so now size of the array is going to be size of the array is going to be 16, means 16 elements are there, but how many comparisons it will take? Comparisons it will take 8 plus 8 minus 1, so it will take only 15 number of comparisons. How many comparisons? 15 number of comparisons it will take maximum. Now similarly, if you merge these two sorted subarray, correct? So after merging you will get one sorted array, and that that array will contain 16 elements. That array will contain 16 elements. But how many comparisons you need in order to merge these 16 elements? Maximum you can take 15 comparisons. So again you are going to take 15 comparisons. So this is what the 15 comparisons. Correct? Now, but you need to merge these, these 16 elements also. This is also one of these sorted subarray. This is also one of the sorted subarray. Correct? After merging, we are getting sorted subarray. So this is also sorted subarray. This is also sorted subarray, and we need to merge all these 8 sorted subarray into one common array. So now let us merge this again into one sorted array. So size of the array is going to be what? 32 elements. 32 elements. Correct? Now, but how many comparisons it will take? It will take again 16 plus 16 plus 16 minus 1. So if you if you calculate this, it is going to be 31. So in overall comparison, how many comparisons it requires total? 15 comparisons in order to merge these two sorted array, 15 comparisons in order to merge these two array, and once you will merge these two array, it requires 31 comparisons. So total comparison is 15 plus 15 plus 31. So it requires 61 number of comparisons in overall, correct? In worst case. So this is what the worst case comparisons. Correct? So this is about, this is all about merge sort algorithm.